Hey everyone, it's Momentary Flux. Welcome back to Factorio. We're still on version 17.34. Okay, let's get started. I just want to do a bunch of stuff today, a bunch of random stuff. I've got a few things to do. The first thing I wanted to do is, because I usually spend a few minutes before I start recording, just reviewing what's going on here and looking over what I've made. And then I reload my save and do it again. And I was doing that, and I just noticed a huge number of errors I had made. So let's go fix those first. Yeah, it was a little bit shocking. I'm going to try to do better on that front. So I had put limits on the wrong chests here. So let's fix that. I had put nothing in here, so let's fix that too. I have no ingredients being requested, so yeah, nothing's going to get made if I do that. Let's fix it. Okay. So this one I do believe is it making railroad tracks? It's requesting the right stuff. This one is now requesting everything instead of just one thing. Same here. The other big thing I noticed, and this must have been there for a while, which is really sad, is this train is here. And I noticed it wasn't unloading, and I realized all of these stack inserters are facing the wrong way. Smooth. So let's get those turned around. And that's going to help with our iron situation. Because I think this train is just basically going to sit here indefinitely. I'm not sure how long it was sitting there. I wasn't paying close enough attention, but there you have it. Okay, there's a couple more things to do that I noticed before we get into new stuff. And one of those things was these stone bricks were not in the logistics system. Now this landfill was not in the logistics system either, but that wasn't so critical. But you can see how the iron had basically dribbled down to nothing because there was no ore coming into the system. That train had been sitting there. So everything's backed up. It's going to be a while before the factory sort of gets up to speed. Everything's got to come through the system. So let's do that. Let's get that set up. Now this doesn't have a limit. Let me put a limit on this for 2 stacks. I also want to, let's see, what's a, okay, there's a blueprint that I don't need. So let's blueprint this little guy here. And let's destroy this. And move it over here into the new area. All right, there it is. So let's just put it here. Okay. So the only thing that's going to happen there is that all of those stack inserters that had been made, I think there was like 80 of them or something like that. They're just going to go into storage. They're going to get used. It's no big deal. This has a limit now, so we're not going to indefinitely create new ones. So that's fixed, as it were. Let's also finish up our little logging expedition here and just get rid of these trees. Now, one thing I need to keep in back of my mind is that last time we played, the very first thing that happened, and you can see that it's still happening sort of, is that we're getting attacked still from the west. So I just don't want to lose sight of I'm trying to get this lined up. Let's do this one first. I don't want to lose sight of that because we need to make some defense here. We can't just let those into our base. Players in the way. Okay. So let's extend on over here a little bit. I'd like to extend over. I guess I'll do it to the edge of to the other side of the train tracks here. Let's get these down first. Excuse me. Got a frog in my throat. And I should have some roboports I can plop down to. That doesn't look like it's going to line up, does it? That's fine. I think we're probably not going to be building stuff over here anyway. All right. So the key here is that we need to build a wall, and I want to do it such that the laser turrets are able to be within the wall. So I think if we do it here and just run straight up, there's enough room for laser turrets. All right, and I think let's go to there. Oh, I actually wanted to get a substation here, not a laser turret. Okay, so let's back this up a couple notches. Let's rearrange our power poles here to be a little bit more friendly to our wall setup. Try not to get run over. And let's just extend this wall. Let's hang on a second. Did I pull up the substation? There we go. I thought it was a large power pole. It was actually the substation. So there we go. Let's take this back to so that we're still in the range of the substation. And we'll just put a little wall in here. Okay. Now, this is probably going to change because I actually want to use this northern area to build stuff, but at least over here in the corner for now. Let's wall it off. Get this in place. Try to get things lined up a little better. Okay, so that means we can just get rid of a couple of these large telephone poles. Power poles. Let's move this one up one notch. There we go. Okay, so now we just need to put some laser turrets down. What I normally do is I probably just put them down one at a time here, one for each substation until I figure out where they're coming from, and then I kind of boost that area. But I'm pretty sure they're probably going to come through here, so I'm just going to go ahead and put quite a few over here, and then we'll go back to one. All right. Well, that ought to keep them out a little bit. Let's see. Am I in the construction area? I am. Good. Let's clear out some of these dead logs. Just want to make sure that I got everything cleared out from over here. All right. I'm going to put in a few smelting columns up there, but before I do that, let me run through here and pave. With my blueprint, I will just pave out this this area. Let's go all the way over here to the wall. And I'm not sure where that comes down, so I'm just going to go over here, drag it on over. I could do my best, and I never get it right, but what I can do is I can just take those out. I think if you just right click on them too and take them out. I think there's some under the tracks, but I'm not going to be bothered. Let's go ahead and fill this in. That's one nice thing about using blueprints to do this is you don't have to be close to it. You can just, as long as it's on the screen, you can blueprint it. Alright, so those guys can't get over there because the logistics network doesn't come far enough, but I should have 10 roboports, but I do not. So let's check in on the roboports. What's wrong? What have I forgot to do? Is this the roboports? Yeah, here's the roboports. So what's missing? Gears. Now gears are coming in. So that's the only thing missing, I guess. Okay, well, they did deliver. There must have been 2 queued up and waiting to be delivered. I do have 2, so we can extend it a little bit further. Let's just extend it to here. Here. Now I'm going to put more of these in here too. I just don't, they're not being built quite as rapidly as I'd like to use them. All right, next time I get one more, I can put one in there. In the meantime, I do need to check in on these ovens. Now, here's an interesting problem. Now, these ovens that I want to make, let me steal the bricks. They're all going to be used basically for this purple science. So if those are all used for purple science, I think I'm going to handcraft a few. You know, maybe this is one of those situations where I need to use a buffer chest. Now, I've never really used these buffer chests because these are new. Let's create one. Let's just see how it works. Now, the description here says that request specified items to be available for personal logistics and automated construction. Okay. So in the red box, it's available to anything. But in this turquoise box, it should only be available to me. So let's limit this to 1. And there eventually should be a stack of these guys in here for me. All right. I think we're just I think everything is held up by red cards right now because just because of that iron snafu. So yeah, let's just make our own red cards. I'm gonna have to go grab some or else make some myself. I guess I could grab some greens from here and make some of my own. I don't know if I have any plastic. I probably do not. Yeah, so let's either grab some red cards or grab some plastic. Take a look. So all construction bots are in use. About 600 of our 1200 logistics bots are in use. Okay, one other thing I need to do while I'm here is I need to grab some more bricks. Need a lot of bricks. And I can get started on building some of these ovens. So I need steel. Yeah, everything's just trickling through here, so it's definitely time to get some more smelting. I think, let me hover over a provider chest here. And if I look over there on the right to see what's in the logistics system storage, you can see that I have enough iron ore. I have like 7.7k ore, but it's not being turned into iron plates. So it's definitely time to expand our iron plate production. Probably steel as well, but mainly iron plates. And I know a lot of iron plates are being drawn off of the main line just to be delivered to chests. So that's going to be resolved quite a lot as well when I put in some more smelting capability. So let's grab all of the cards and yeah, it's clearly, look at this. It's going to take forever for that stuff to pan out. Let's grab some plastic. Now I'm making plastic up here. I've got a plastic box. So let's just take some of this stuff out of the red area and make some of our own red cards just to get things started. Make them all, why not? Okay. So while those are being made, I've got plenty of transport belts. I've got some ovens now. So I should be able to get started building a furnace column. And if I can build one, I can blueprint it, copy, paste, spam it down up here. Now, as I mentioned in the previous episode, the plan is to kind of... it looks like we got a couple of copper in there. I wonder where that came from. Anyway, the plan is to kind of move our base over here, try to centralize it around this train yard. So I think the first place to go will just be right up here. So let's grab our ovens and we'll just get things situated. So if I put it here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's... I wonder what the most efficient number is here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's make it at least an even number. Let's make it 8. That's probably too big. Yeah, that's kind of, I think that's too big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's start out with 6 and see how that looks. So if I just use one of those as a spacer, I can pick it up and do the other side. All right, let me check in on tech real quick. All right, what tech do we want? I'm tempted just to get in there and get this Covarex enrichment process, because without this, we're never going to be able to get to legitimately be able to do nuclear power. I like the idea of getting this started. Now, without those red cards, it's just gonna basically take forever. But everything else, well, actually, I do have a lot of technologies that don't require blue. But this blue is basically going to take forever until we get the iron production up. Energy weapons damage. All right, let's do this first. Let's do the 2 energy weapons. Damn, if I remember. I'm a bit of a space cadet on this stuff lately. Anyway, let's do that. Get those laser damage up for our defense. And then I will do the Covarex enrichment process. Alright, we're going to make sure that this is absolutely correct before I blueprint it this time. I find myself second guessing myself. I've made so many mistakes. I'm normally not so bad. Okay, these actually need to be provider chests. There was a possible mistake. Do I need stack inserters? Probably not, but let's do them anyway. And then we're going to need stack inserters here. Let me go back up there and make sure those are facing the right way real quick. They are indeed facing the right way. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to need is substations. Now we want the substations to connect to the power grid down below. Let's see here. What's the best? So I put one here and I put one there. It's going to get coverage of everything. And we're going to have some overlap here, but that's all right. Okay, and these are outside the logistics network, so we have to fix that too. Let's put a couple of laser turrets up here, just in case. Okay, roboports. We're going to need a lot of roboports. In fact, what I'm probably going to end up doing is just setting up another chain. Like I have these in a line down here, more or less. I'll probably do the same thing up above. So let's see. First things first, I'm going to need power up here. So let's make that look somewhat symmetrical. Now it's not. I can't grid this out the same way that I did a grid down here, just because of the layout of these things. They need coverage. That's no big deal though. I can live with it if you guys can live with it. So let's do one more line here. This is actually going to change too, isn't it? Well, I'll tell you what, we'll come back to that in a second. First things first is to copy this guy. Oh, I'm missing one key ingredient, and that is inputs and outputs. Let's get those in first. Now that's not something I forgot, that's just I wasn't finished. Right? Okay, so let's see here. There's no extra belts dangling off the ends of anything. Everything's facing the right direction. Everything looks good. I am not going to copy it with the let me get back here. I'm not going to copy it with the requests already in it because I'm going to set them up separately for each one. So let's copy that. And if I just put it over the... let me move these guys. I put it over the top. Of those substations, everything should line up good. Line up well, I should say. And then we can go through and put in our next substation. All right, as I'm completing this network a little bit more, I can start removing some of these large power poles as well. So I'll be doing that. Okay, so we're missing 11 ovens. If I turn on my bots, I should deliver those. And I think I need to make a few more. Let's make some more. And now that I know where I'm lining up here with my power, I can put in those robo ports. Let's set them underneath here. And we do want a lot of them, so I'll probably put another one here as well, just for the robots to have somewhere to recharge as they're picking up iron plates or whatever kind of plates. All right, so let's request 1,000. Iron. Let's copy that over. Copy it here. Okay. And that's gonna... I was wondering if this is gonna spawn some more logistic spots, but it's not. Look at them go, though. Man, that's so satisfying to see those giant snakes of robots flying around. I really love the sort of the busyness of having the robots. It's cool. All right, let's see here. I should probably cancel some of these red cards. So that those ovens can be finished up. Alright, so I will have enough ovens to make one more column here. So let's make one more column of iron production. Substation is in the way. There we go. Little robots. The construction bots do their jobs. And up here, I would like to put a wall. Let's see here. Let's put it where I'm standing along a line here. Let me get that in a second. Now I could make a blueprint for a wall, but I think it's fast enough and rare enough that I can just run it out. Alright, that's far enough for now. I just figured that these, that where I'm actually producing iron plates and the different various plates is a big attractor for the aliens. So I definitely want to defend it a little bit. Before I hang those out, let's put one more in. Alright. So that energy weapon's done. Let's do one more. And then we'll go on to the Kovarex. Unless there's something else spectacular that I have forgotten. Copy and paste here. Alright. Many more iron plates being made now. Now I like the flexibility of this system because at any time if I have like if I find after I put a few more of these down that I have an imbalance, say I had like 5 iron and 3 copper, I could just take away one iron and add another copper if it wasn't balanced out right. So I do like that, and I can also use this same column here for steel by just changing this to iron plates. It would make steel. So in the later game, I'll be able to fine-tune everything a little bit better. Alright, as soon as those red cards are finished... Oh, there's one more thing actually I want to do. Let some of these deliveries take place. The other thing I wanted to do is I just want to add... I want to add some of those new iron plates into our system. And so where's a good place to do that? Or maybe I don't need to. This is actually looking pretty good now. I think without this this box taking too many away, it might be alright. Huh. That's not too bad, but I bet you by the time it gets down to the bottom, it's pretty much dried up. Yeah. And the thing we really need to be built, which unfortunately is at the end of the assembly line, is these red cards. I'm wondering if maybe I should put an injection of iron plates maybe somewhere like here, like halfway down. Let's try it. Let's try it out and see what happens. I'm definitely going to need another RoboPort. Well, that doesn't work. Is there somewhere I can put this that would capture all of those? Apparently not. So let's put one here and put one here. Okay. So if I request iron plates here, not wood, gosh darn it. Quick, pick that up before they deliver the wood. Iron plates, not wood. There we go. So if I request, let's say 400, that seems reasonable. here and there. Then we're just going to need to balance this out afterwards. I'm wondering if this is going to be distributed evenly like this, since both sides, in theory it should. I have another idea if it ends up on one side of the belt for any particular reason. It looks like it's fairly even, but then again, we haven't got enough deliveries to know for sure. Let's keep an eye on it for a second. Let's just watch, see how it looks. Let's actually upgrade these. I think the splitter is actually doing the trick. They look pretty well distributed. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's going to help us tremendously with building those red cards and stuff down at the bottom, and the blue cards for that matter as well. Yeah, that's gonna help a lot. I'm just thinking to myself, you know, I really could just put a requester chest here. And just guarantee that they get them. You know, I think that's actually... I think I'm going to leave both in place, to be honest. And then just add some more capacity. Yeah. Because, you know, these red cards are really the bottleneck unless the oil production drops out for some reason. Which can be a real problem too, but... we're full up on petroleum gas. So the red cards are basically the big problem. And what I mean by that is that in general, the big thing holding us back on technology is blue cards. Looks like it's green cards right now, but generally it's blue. It's blue science, not blue cards. Blue science. Let's look and see why, what the problem here is. Green cards? That looks like it's an iron problem as well. But that should be fixed pretty soon. I'm imagining with our new inputs that iron... Uh-oh. We're getting attacked. Alright, everything's fine. Anyway, I was going to say, like, I think that now that I have some inputs down at the bottom, that stuff might start backing up. And if this backs up, I would be very, very happy. Oh, yeah. It's already starting. This'll start the chain all the way back up to the top, I'm sure, eventually. You know, just to make sure that happens, let's go add some more. Let's go add some more ovens. Get rid of some of this junk. Actually, you know what? I was getting rid of these rocks, and the thing about rocks is I generally need them for train track building. But now that I'm making them myself, or not myself, I've automated that. I should go. I should go up here. Yeah, this. I don't think this is ever going to catch up with purple science. By the way, we'll see. We'll see. All right. I'm going to go ahead and end it here before I add some more capacity up at the top. I can do that in the next episode. I want to say thanks for watching. Welcome to the new subscribers, and we'll see you next time. Take it easy.